Alright, so if any of y'all have watched my tournament videos, I rarely ever talk, I just show tournament footage. That might change. Maybe the best thing about my video messing up and my footage on day one is maybe, just maybe I need to do a little bit more commentary and explain some more things during my tournament videos. If you don't like this, comment below. If you do, I'm gonna try to like interject little things about kind of what's going on in my head and why I do certain things. I do that a lot in my juice videos, but I'm gonna try to kind of keep it short and sweet and just kind of give you all an idea of what was going on in my head at the time, especially on some of these things like what's going on here. There's a lot going through my head, and so I'll explain like the next couple sequences, what's going on, why I made the decisions I did, and right or wrong, I'm gonna show y'all what's like going on in here. All right, so let's try this out.
Did you throw that plug around?
I did.
Did it run good?
It was the right one. The A was the right
I'll
one.
never see it again.
Did it run good?
Huh?
Did it run good?
Oh yeah, it ran
Thing
great.
kicks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has
You
a
have
weird,
B?
like tail kick to it.
You have B too?
I have B too.
You ain't cranking no shallow plugs around. You don't need it.
Not. I'm saying I'll never get it again. Ever. I'll never see that bait again.
You know why he won't get it again?
Because you won't give it to him.
It's because the fact that when we were at Camelot Vale, I had a very special
Luke Plunkett, 55. Got to Luke. Charlie Hartley,
and
56. Got you, Charlie. Turn your lights on, Charlie.
No, don't. Come on. We got together. We were filming and stuff. Got hung up on this little stick, right? Just like, dude, it's a little twig. And I was like, here, I'll get it for you. And I reached down there like that, and I cut it jokingly because it floats. But the stick was a little heavier. I mean, it was a twig. It was a twig that, like, it would be like the lightest thing you could ever think of. And he goes, "Whoop," and I go,
Dude, I was so mad.
I laughed so hard. Because I'm like, that's gonna float, big deal, you know? It did not float.
96, Todd Castle died. Got you, Todd.
96.
What are you doing, Todd?
435.
Where's Shane? I miss Shane about. Thank you. Good luck.
It's a weird number, you know?
It is.
108, Tommy Williams. Got you, Tom.
So weird it confused him. He had to live too. All right, when I started out on day 2, I knew I had to change some things because I wasn't gonna get as many bites, is what I was thinking. And I was like, man, I think I missed this topwater bite. I don't think I did it hard enough. And I never really got bit that good in the morning flipping. So even though I tried flipping just a little bit here and there, like only in places I really thought were good, I was like, I'm just gonna go and throw a topwater for as long as I think is possible. So yeah, it's a little preconceived notion, and I'll get to that, but I'm gonna go throw it as long as possible until I think they're just not gonna hit it anymore, and it's like just a gut deal that, like, you know, that they're gonna stop hitting it. So well, then I catch this one. I really didn't think it was that big. It turned out it was a lot bigger when I realized when I weighed it in. And I just thought it was a 3-pounder. It was actually quite a bit bigger. And so I'm sitting there going, okay, I got one. I had two by this time yesterday, but that's all right. I've got one. Let's just keep throwing it. And so I literally went and fished all new water. So everything from about the next, after about the next 50 yards, I just go fish all new water and just try to run what I think is the right banks. And so what you'll see is me running this next bank, and this fish right here bothered me. I had one fish yesterday that bothered me. This one bothered me because it hit so hard. It hit right. It sounded right. Man, it was a big one. It was a big one, and I rarely say that, but it was. Okay, so what it doesn't show is me for like an hour and a half running new water. Okay, I'm running new water all over the place, and it's getting kind of late. It's like 9:40, 9:45, and you can see I'm running out of shade banks. The sun's getting up, and the first two that bit right. They sounded right. They hit it hard. Everything's going on, and then this happens. What the camera doesn't show, because it can't show everything perfect. This fish came up there, and although it did break the water, it barely broke the water. So you got to think about it. In my head, I've had two bites so far. One crushed it in the morning time, and the second one crushed it but missed it. Now we've gone an hour and a half, and I finally get another bite, and it barely breaks the water. And here's the crazy part: when she went up there, like I saw her, like just like get the back hook, but maybe like one little hook. And when I just eased into her, because I knew she didn't like inhale it. So if you see me, I didn't go into her real hard. I just tried to pull on her because I just had that feeling. And when I did, I just pulled, and that hook it must have had one little hook maybe on the outside of her mouth, something. And she just turned her head, and it came out. And you could tell it was a very back hook. And when I did it, she didn't even move from the top of the water. She sat there like she almost had so little of the bait or the hook that it didn't even affect her. And so she just sat there on the top of the water, like opened her mouth one time and eased on off. Like zero energy, zero want. Like she didn't want to come up there and eat it. Well, when you're throwing the top water, they got to come up there and commit, or you're not going to get bit. So in my head, I was like, I got to stop doing this. Right or wrong, after watching the footage, maybe I should have kept throwing it. But I did talk to a buddy of mine that said about 10 o'clock there was a lull of about a couple hours of throwing the topwater. So I was right in the sense the lull was there. I could have probably kept throwing it after like 12, but I didn't. And so you'll kind of see how my mind, like, okay, if they're not going to hit this, let's start doing this. So I run all over the lake. I'm trying to make the bite from yesterday happen, flipping docks. It's not happening. It's not working. So I kind of like regroup, come back to where I started, and just like, all right, let's kind of go over some older water. Let's kind of rethink what's going on. The topwater bite's not there, and the flipping bite's not there, but there's something there in between. And I'm gonna take a little bit about what I figured out yesterday, and kind of like just kind of revamp my thoughts on this, and I start figuring some things out.
spots to do it on.
Do what?
Just don't have enough spots to do it on. I had that. I knew I was. They're up there. That thing's freaking in 6 inches of water. Right where that other one did. Not the same fish. Is that a jig fish? Yeah, you have it like. You hit right there. It's swimming. Right?
All right. I always put these in here because I put them in here because I think what happened was wrong. I keep on doing what I'm doing. So the scenario is I had stopped flipping docks. We're just going down the bank and I was on high going around docks going down this bank. I'm not flipping the docks. If you see, you can tell I'm not fishing them. I'm fishing the bank. And I was already at the front of this dock on high. It's a pretty long dock, but I'm still on high going around it. And the guy pulls in from the main lake. You had to idle, so you could see me. I'm not in the middle of the pocket, but you can see me. He sees me clear as day. Going high, and I'm going around the dock and gonna go fish down the bank. Now the bank, from where I stopped, I can hit the point. Easy, I can hit his boat from where I'm at. But he still decides to stop and fish that point. There's a couple things why I knew what was gonna happen. First of all, he didn't fish like the point like out there deep. He came right up to the point and fished the bank of the point and then went towards me, not the other way, towards me. So now I'm stuck. I can't move from the dock I'm at unless I get in his way, which unlike him, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna get and have to go around that thing, that break wall, and mess up his fishing, even though he just messed up mine. I'm not gonna do it. So I had to back out and do.
Like how he just stared though. Like, I wonder if he's coming down this bank. Probably facing that way.
Yeah, since you're coming out that way and there's no other way out.
But man, classics on the line, dude. You got a shot. You got a shot to leg.
Yeah, last shot.
Now the second, I told my co-angler this, and I was like, what's gonna make me mad is that's probably not the only spot in that pocket he's gonna fish. I said it's gonna make me so mad when he pulls up his trolling motor and leaves and goes to another spot. That's exactly what he did. It's exactly what he did. He pulled up right after he fished a couple more casts and then went to the back of the creek. Now he could have gone to the back of the creek first, since I was already there, but he chose not to. He chose to try to fish that and cut in front of me and then go somewhere else, which I would have been like, hey, I'll go to the back. I got 2 spots in here. I'll go to the back, wait till that guy's done and go through there. Didn't happen. I knew it wasn't gonna happen. I knew. That's why I was sarcastic. That's why that's why I said it's like me and Hallman and all of us talk about this stuff. It's like these opens sometimes are different. And the way people fish, it frustrates us because it's like they think they have to be so cutthroat because the classics on the line, and there's still a great way to do things. And we personally, even my co-angler, he saw it. He's like, yeah, he knew better. He knew what he was doing. So I'm always going to throw that stuff in there, right or wrong. You can disagree or not. Doesn't matter. That's the way I fish. I don't, especially on boat docks and things like. I don't pull in front of people going down a bank, fishing boat docks. Even if they're not fishing boat docks, like, you just don't cut in front of people. He knew what he was doing.
Here. That water line.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Look at it all. I mean, that's green. That's moss. I mean, that's. Huh. That one this morning.
What I was talking about was the water line. If you look on those rocks, do you see the water line? That wasn't like that morning. Like they started dropping for whatever reason. I mean, it looked like they dropped it 4 inches in a couple hours, and I was just noticing it. I didn't know what it was going to change. If anything, it's pretty late in the day, and so. But I did notice. I was like, man, I wonder if how that affected those fish. But yeah, you can see if you look at those rocks, man, the water line was definitely getting down. Six.
I'm saying. Right there.
Yeah, I watch all his videos.
No, my wife.
Huh?
We were with James at Wichita. Watch it.
We hung out with you playing washers. First time I'd ever seen washers.
Washita. I'm driving like, hold on. You threw
LW,
You throw Watson and
I know, and a little alcohol.
Washita.
And a little alcohol.
Okay, hold on. Yeah.
Who else was there?
We were at that.
That was the first. That was the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, but I didn't get there. Yeah, I mean, I was there. Well,
Oh yeah, we were there.
we were there.
It was later.
It was after the.
It was late.
Your wife was.
My wife was there
ESPN?
first. Oh yeah, she does commentary for volleyball.
Yeah.
Like I got there really late or something. Like y'all were all going at it like before I even got there, right?
Yeah, we were tuned in pretty good.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why.
Was Watson there?
Huh?
Was Watson
Yeah,
there?
yeah. My kids were there, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, like they were terrorizing Watson. Yeah, okay.
Well, it was fun, man.
Well, sorry it wasn't. I don't know.
Dang it. It is what it is.
It. I mean, I'm still in 15th. I'm in 15th place. I don't even understand how bad that is. I'm probably not in 15th anymore. I'm in 18th. Andrews beat me by 1 spot. All right, I'm gonna get back to the house. I gotta drive. Got a long drive.
Have a good one.
You good?
I got everything I need.
All right. What I got going on?